Imagine finally finding peace after years of running. You have your best friend back. Your dog is beside you. The woman you loved is gone, but at least you finally understand why. Your biggest case is over. And for the first time, you decide that maybe this strange planet you've been investigating for so long could actually be home. That is exactly where John Sugar finds himself. But then, a small device begins to blink. Once, twice, again, and suddenly the one thing Sugar spent an entire season trying to find has found him. His people are calling. And that is where our imagined Season 3 begins. After the events of Season 2, John Sugar is trying to live like an ordinary man, or at least as ordinary as an alien private investigator can be. He wakes up in Los Angeles. He walks Wiley. He watches old movies. He visits the dog park. He takes small cases. Nothing dangerous, nothing connected to aliens, nothing that reminds him of Djen. Because Sugar has made a decision. He is staying on Earth. He has finally chosen this planet over his own people. But there's a problem. Sugar knows that his communicator only activates when someone from his world is trying to reach him. And now, it's blinking. At first, he refuses to touch it. He simply watches. Because after everything Djen has done, Sugar no longer trusts anything that comes from his homeworld. Eventually, curiosity wins. He activates the device. There is no voice, no face, no message. Just coordinates. One location, Los Angeles, and a time, midnight. Sugar immediately knows this isn't an accident. Someone wants him there. But who? His first thought is Djen. After all, she already told him to find her when he was ready. But something doesn't feel right. Djen doesn't need a mysterious signal. She has already demonstrated that she can find him whenever she wants. So Sugar starts asking a different question. What if Djen isn't the one calling? And that possibility is much more frightening, because if someone else survived, then Sugar's entire understanding of what happened to his people could be wrong. That night, Sugar leaves the hotel. Wiley stays behind. Sugar drives across Los Angeles toward the coordinates. The city is almost completely empty. And that's when Sugar returns to what it does best. The detective story. A lone car, a dark street, neon reflecting off wet pavement, and John Sugar walking into a mystery he doesn't understand. He arrives at an abandoned movie theater. The doors are unlocked. Inside, an old projector is running. On the screen is a film Sugar knows perfectly, a classic noir. But then the image changes. The movie disappears. A strange symbol appears, the same four-circle design associated with Djen's technology. Sugar freezes. Someone has been inside his head. Someone knows exactly what matters to him. Then the projector shuts off. A voice comes from behind him. You're not the only one who stayed. Sugar turns around. Nobody is there. Only an old film reel sitting on a chair. He picks it up. Written across the label are 4 words. They lied about home. And suddenly, the mystery becomes much bigger than Djen. Because maybe Sugar's people didn't simply leave Earth. Maybe they were hiding something. Something so dangerous that even Djen doesn't know the whole truth. But what happens next changes everything. Sugar takes the film back to his hotel, and when he examines it, he discovers something impossible. The reel contains footage from decades ago, footage of Earth, footage of people, and in the background of one frame, Sugar sees himself, standing exactly where he is now, only the footage is dated decades before he was supposed to arrive. Someone has been watching Earth, and someone has been watching Sugar. The next morning, Sugar does something he hasn't done in a long time. He takes a case, a missing person case. At least that's what it looks like. A young environmental scientist named Maya Torres has disappeared from a research facility outside Los Angeles. Her family thinks she was kidnapped. The police think she ran away. Sugar isn't convinced, because before Maya disappeared, she sent one message. Not to her family, not to the police, to an unknown number. And that message contains the same 4-circle symbol. Sugar immediately knows this is connected to Djen, but he doesn't know how. He begins investigating. The facility looks ordinary. Scientists, computers, security cameras, research labs. Nothing strange. Until Sugar discovers that Maya wasn't researching weather. She was researching anomalies in the atmosphere, and every anomaly occurred near one of Acalica's test locations. Sugar realizes something terrifying. Djen's machines aren't simply changing weather. They're creating a network, a system, something capable of reaching far beyond Earth. And Maya discovered it. That's why she disappeared. Sugar tracks her movements to an abandoned warehouse. Inside, he finds dozens of monitors. Each one displays satellite images, but one screen shows something completely different. Earth, from space. And approaching the planet are objects, not planes,
Not satellites. Not meteors. Ships. Sugar stares at the screen. For the first time, he looks genuinely afraid, because he recognizes the design. They belong to his people, but there are too many. Dozens. Maybe hundreds. And they're coming toward Earth. Before Sugar can process it, the lights go out. Someone attacks him. Sugar fights back. But this isn't an ordinary human. The attacker moves with the same speed and precision Sugar has. Sugar eventually gains the advantage. He removes the person's mask and sees a face he recognizes. Not from Earth. From home. Another alien. Alive. But wounded. The stranger looks at Sugar and says, "You should never have answered the signal." Then he collapses. Sugar carries him to safety. When the stranger wakes, he finally explains the truth. Djen wasn't the only one who broke the rules. There were others. Years ago, a group of Sugar's people discovered something about Earth. Humanity wasn't simply evolving naturally. Someone had been interfering. For generations. Technology. Wars. Political movements. Scientific breakthroughs. Even climate patterns. All of it had been influenced. And the purpose? To prepare Earth for something. Sugar doesn't believe him. He asks who was behind it. The stranger looks at him. "Your people." Sugar is devastated. His entire mission was based on the belief that his people were observers. They were supposed to watch, not interfere. But now he learns that the rules were never as clean as he thought. His people had been shaping Earth for years. Djen simply decided to take that interference one step further. And suddenly her actions make sense. She wasn't inventing a new philosophy. She was continuing an old one, but in her own way. Sugar asks the question that matters most. What are those ships coming here for? The stranger hesitates, then says, "To collect what belongs to them." Sugar realizes what that means. Earth isn't being invaded. Not yet. It's being harvested. And Acalica may be the key.
Sugar knows he needs help, so he goes to the one person he can trust, Jonathan Siegel. Jonathan already knows Sugar is an alien, and after everything that has happened, he is one of the few humans Sugar doesn't need to lie to. Sugar shows him the footage. Jonathan watches silently. Then he asks one question. How long? Sugar says, 3 days. 3 days until the ships arrive. But Jonathan notices something Sugar missed. The footage isn't showing the ships approaching Earth. It's showing them approaching Acalica. That changes the entire situation. Sugar realizes Djen may have known about the incoming ships all along. He returns to Acalica, but this time he doesn't go looking for Djen. He looks for Charlotte, and eventually he finds her. She's hiding. She's terrified. Sugar wants answers. Charlotte finally admits the truth. She knew Djen wasn't telling Sugar everything, but she didn't know about the fleet. She thought Acalica was designed to repair Earth. She believed Djen was trying to create a better future, until she discovered what the machines were actually doing. They weren't just manipulating weather. They were sending a signal, a beacon, a message into space. Charlotte realizes what Djen has done. She has been calling Sugar's people, not asking them for help, inviting them back. Sugar is furious. He asks Charlotte why she helped her. Charlotte says she thought Djen was the only person capable of saving Earth. But saving it from what? Sugar asks. Charlotte looks at him. From us. Then the truth becomes even darker. Djen doesn't want to stop the aliens from coming. She wants them to come, because she believes humanity has already failed. Her plan is to use Acalica to transform the Earth's climate, restore ecosystems, control storms, reverse environmental collapse, and then allow Sugar's people to take control of the planet. Djen believes humanity will survive, but they will no longer control their own future. Sugar refuses to accept it. He tells Charlotte that Earth isn't a laboratory. It's home. And that's when Djen appears. She doesn't attack. She simply walks toward them. Calm. Almost disappointed. Djen tells Sugar that he's becoming exactly what she feared. Too human. Sugar asks why she lied to him. Djen says she didn't lie. She protected him. She knew that if Sugar learned the truth too soon, he would try to stop her. And she was right. Then she reveals the biggest secret of the season. The aliens aren't coming because Djen called them. They were already coming. She simply accelerated their arrival. Sugar asks why. Djen looks toward the sky. Because they are afraid. Afraid of what? Djen explains that Earth isn't the real target. Something else is coming.
something even her people are running from. And Earth is the safest place they know. Suddenly, the entire story changes. The aliens aren't invading Earth. They're fleeing. And whatever they're running from is following them. Sugar looks at Djen. You knew. She nods. That's why I needed you. Before Sugar can respond, the sky begins to glow. One ship, then another, then dozens. Los Angeles goes dark. Every electronic device shuts down. Cars stop, phones die. And above the city, the alien ships appear. But they don't attack. They simply hover, waiting. Then every ship broadcasts the same message. Not in an alien language, in English. Return the child. Sugar looks confused. Who are they talking about? Djen doesn't answer. Charlotte does. She looks at Charlotte and whispers, They're talking about you. The finale begins with the entire city in chaos. The ships are above Los Angeles. Governments are scrambling. Military forces are preparing to respond. But Sugar knows something the humans don't. If they attack, Earth loses. He needs to find out why the aliens want him. So he goes back to the beginning. His arrival on Earth. His memories. His mission. His strange ability to understand humans. His emotional connection to movies. Everything. And then he remembers something. Something he had forgotten. When Sugar first arrived on Earth, he wasn't alone. There was another passenger. A child. A young alien. Someone Sugar was ordered to protect. But during the journey, the child disappeared. Sugar assumed the child died. He was wrong. The child survived. And Djen found them. That child is Maya, the missing scientist. The entire Season 3 mystery finally connects. Maya isn't human. She's one of Sugar's people. But unlike Sugar, she was raised on Earth. She has lived her entire life believing she was human, and she has developed something their species never expected. A genuine connection to humanity. She doesn't want the aliens to take Earth. She doesn't want Djen to control it. And she doesn't want Sugar to choose his species over his adopted home. That's why she sent the signal. She needed Sugar to remember who he was. Not an alien. Not a human. Something in between. The real reason the alien fleet wants her is because she possesses something unique. She can communicate with both worlds. She is proof that the two species can coexist. And if the aliens discover that, their entire plan changes. Djen finally understands. She has spent years trying to save Earth by controlling it. But Maya may have discovered a better solution. Connection, not control. Djen looks at Charlotte. For the first time, she seems uncertain. Sugar tells her, You wanted to save this planet. Djen says, Yes. Sugar replies, Then stop deciding who gets to own it. That line breaks something inside her. Because deep down, Djen knows he's right. She wanted to save Earth. But somewhere along the way, she started believing that saving something gave her the right to control it. Meanwhile, the alien fleet begins charging its weapons. Humanity has only minutes. Sugar steps outside. He activates his communicator. Every ship turns toward him. Sugar sends one message. You want the child? Silence. Then, come and take me instead. Djen looks at him in shock. Jonathan realizes what Sugar is doing. Sugar is offering himself. If the aliens want their missing child, they will have to take him first. But Sugar knows something they don't. He's not alone. Charlotte joins him. Then Jonathan. Then Wiley. One by one, humans gather around Sugar. Not because they understand him, but because they trust him. And that is exactly what his people never expected. The alien fleet stops. The sky becomes silent. Then the largest ship begins descending. Sugar looks upward. The door opens. A figure walks out. Sugar recognizes him immediately. His father, or at least the closest thing his species has to one. The man looks at Sugar, then at Maya, then at Earth, and says, You were supposed to observe this world. Sugar replies, I did. What did you learn? Sugar looks at Wiley, at Jonathan, at Charlotte, at the city. Then he smiles. That I belong here. The alien leader doesn't answer. Instead, he looks at Djen. She steps forward. For the first time, brother and sister stand together. Not as enemies, but as two people who made very different choices. Djen tells her people that Earth cannot be controlled. Sugar tells them humanity cannot be ruled. Maya tells them humanity and their species can coexist. And finally, the ships begin leaving. One by one. The sky clears. The world survives. But Sugar isn't finished. Because as the final ship disappears, Sugar's communicator begins blinking again. Once. Twice. Then continuously. Sugar looks down. A new message appears. Not from his people. From somewhere else. A location. Far beyond Earth. And underneath it are 3 words. We found you. Sugar stares at the screen. Jonathan asks, "Who is it?" Sugar doesn't answer. Because he doesn't know. But he does know one thing. Whatever happens next, it's coming for him. The screen cuts to black. Then we hear Sugar's voice. "You'd think after everything I've learned, I'd stop taking strange cases." A pause. "But I guess some mysteries choose you." And that's where our imagined season 3 ends. If this were the direction the series took, the biggest theme wouldn't actually be aliens. It would be belonging. John Sugar spent the first 2 seasons trying to figure out what he was. An alien? A detective? A brother? A lover? A friend? And eventually, a human in everything but biology. Djen represents the opposite path. She sees herself as superior because she believes she understands the planet better than humans do. She wants to save Earth. But her mistake is believing that saving someone gives you permission to control them. Sugar learns the opposite lesson. He realizes that protecting Earth doesn't mean owning it. It means trusting the people who live here. And that's why the radio signal is so important. The signal represents Sugar's past calling him back. But throughout the story, Sugar keeps choosing his present. He chooses Wiley. He chooses Jonathan. He chooses Charlotte. Even after everything she did. He chooses humanity. And most importantly, he chooses his own identity. Not the identity his people gave him. Not the identity Djen wanted him to have. His own. And that is what makes the ending powerful. Sugar began as an alien pretending to be human. But by the end, he becomes something much more complicated. A person who doesn't need to choose one world over another. He can belong to both. And perhaps that's exactly why his people are afraid of him. Because John Sugar has discovered something they haven't. You don't have to be born somewhere to call it home. And if Sugar eventually returns, that could be